they're really good. KD did some things that individually were just off the charts, but Zerb really PJ, he got every offense, right? He got every rebound. He was scrapping everything. He didn't let us lose. And then you have James, Chris, Eric, guys that making big plays here and there, and got us enough to get over the hump.
Coach, do you think that playing at home is what got you all started? The first two games in the first quarter, you started out slow, but tonight you all came out with a lot of energy.
Well, we did, but we know we're down.
Yeah.
We were down halfway through that quarter. Now we righted the ship a little bit right at the end, but they came out and they hit everything. They were shooting like 70% and not easy shots. We made some mistakes, but then we just got better at it. And then they went cold for a while. But the game just has a lot of twists and turns and ups and downs, and you got to withstand their barrages and withstand doing everything right, and they still score. But if can just hang in and keep plugging. I thought tonight we just showed a lot of character, a lot of fight, and just didn't give up.
Mike, just what James did again, not being able to see real well and to come up with those big shots there in the overtime. Just can you say?
Yeah, I mean, he just that's James. That's what he does. He did it. He was terrific tonight. We just had a lot of guys, and our bench was good. Iman Shumpert came in and did a heck of a job. Austin Rivers, they all took turns. The first stint that he was in there was really good. Clint came out with a lot of energy and just kind of grabbed some balls and dunked, and so there was just everybody kind of gave something and won the game.
Mike, one of the things you said, first things you said was that Tuck kept us in the game.
Well, he actually kept us from losing.
He kept us from losing.
Yeah.
What exactly did he do, or in what moments stand out in particular to you?
Just every hustle play, every loose ball, every offensive rebound he got. He got one shot, I think, blocked 6 times and got it and put it in and won. And that's all sure wanting. That's who Tuck is. He's a winner, and he wouldn't let us lose. And obviously, James, Chris, and Eric, and those guys won it for us, but Tuck would not let us lose. That makes any sense.
Mike, what happened at the end to Austin, and is he okay?
He's okay. It was good. I mean, he just got screened. He didn't see it and just got clobbered. Yeah.
Mike, you're talking about Tuck. KD's taken over early in the fourth quarter. He's got 10 points the first 4 possessions. You bring Tuck in the game to guard him. How did he change things just defensively on KD there?
KD's going to score, but he did get away from. I was trying to steal a couple minutes for Tuck because I could get him back in there. KD just wham, wham, wham. I think 3 in a row, maybe a 3 and a couple 2s, but nobody wins that in the sense of if. Tuck's playing great defense because both of them are just unbelievable what they can do.
Hey, Mike, slightly to your left, Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press Democrat. What did you guys do to keep Klay Thompson from getting into the offensive rhythm of their game?
Well, we just, we're trying to switch out on him. Just don't give him any kind of. Got loose a few times, but I thought overall, especially in the probably first 30 minutes, and then we made a few mistakes, and they made some great shots. So a little bit of both, but our guys are, I think as the series goes on, we should get better at what we're doing. Less mistakes, better communication.
Game, or is this you just took care of business and that's it for tonight?
We just took care of business. I mean, it's like.
Coach, over here. You mentioned briefly Iman Shumpert. Can you talk about him and how he's been able to stay ready when his name is called?
Well, first of all, he's a great professional. He's, totally with the team, totally. And I'm sure he wants to always play, and all players should be that way. But if he's not playing, he's there giving advice, just being part of the team and rallying everybody. His defenses and his hustle and his toughness. And tonight he made shots. And, the first, what was the second game maybe, where he missed 4 shots. But his defense was still good. And then we even said in there before the game, if he hits some shots.
Mike, can you talk about, down here, can you talk about Clint tonight? Would you do something different with him, or what was the key for him?
No,
tonight?
I thought Clint was huge, especially early. I thought that he set a tone, a couple block shots, snatched a couple rebounds, he dunked a couple, had some great tip-ins. I thought early he set a tone that wasn't set in game 1 and 2. And then we had to go small. We thought small was the best way to go with KD because they would just target our big guys. So, maybe we learned some things. Maybe just, we'll see. But, Clint, and I knew he would respond. Clint's one of the better human beings in the world.
Coach, just to piggyback on your small ball comment there, is that why you went with Iman first off the bench and then Rivers? Is that kind of your game plan?
Right. Daniel House's foot was messed up, so he wasn't available. So we went with the other 3 guys, Gerald and Iman and Austin. But, playing hard covers up size, covers up a lot of things, and I thought tonight we played extremely hard.
When you said earlier, that's just James, that's what he does. When you have a guy like Harden on your team, does that take some pressure off in a game like this when you are going to overtime?
Oh, yeah, it takes a lot of pressure off. It takes a lot of pressure off me. I don't have to call timeouts and figure out how to score. James got the ball. I could call a timeout and say, yeah, get the ball to James. It's like he's already got it. So he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. I don't even think he played great, not in Harden world. But he played as well as probably as anybody can play. But he can even go up to another level.
There were key words that Mike D'Antoni used there, and I think when he described Iman Shumpert, those words desire, will, and those are ways that he described his team. And I think the step 5.
Can you say that again?
The Rockets out rebounded the Warriors 55-35. Of will and desire. What did the Rockets show you tonight?
Well, they showed me a lot, especially after losing the rebounding on 17 of their misses. P.J. Tucker and Clint Capella had 5 each, and some of those were big rebounds. I was really impressed by Houston and what they were able to do on the boards, and I think that was a big reason they got the win tonight.
I think one thing NBA teams have plays, especially late in the game. If you have 3-point shooters, you tell your three.
He's playing at a really, really high level. I thought he was fantastic tonight.
They had, I think, 17 offensive rebounds. Tucker himself down the stretch, I think, had about 4 or 5 of them. How big a factor was what they did on the
That
glass?
was huge, and that was the biggest indicator of the difference in the physicality and the competitiveness. They played like a team down 2-0. They knew they had to win this game, and they brought the competitive fire, and we played okay. We had our moments. We had some brilliant individual moments, but we got to play better than that.
Steve, as you think about kind of looking back at this game and how the Rockets sort of adjusted with the small ball lineup, They brought in Austin. They brought in Shumpert first off the bench for our defense. And then Tucker just kind of really jolted them energy-wise. How do you game plan for that next game?
I don't think it was that different. You know, they still played Capella 35 minutes, and Nene came in, gave them some good minutes as well in the first half. So it didn't feel like the game plan was that different. It just felt like they played a lot harder, and that's why I said, you know, they set a tone right away with their physicality, and that showed up on the glass, and you know, loose balls and the plays P.J. Tucker made, you know, in overtime, fourth quarter. Those were big plays, but those are indicators of who played harder.
Steve, get back to Steph just for a second. You mentioned before the game you didn't think the finger injury was an issue. Having watched him now through this game and seeing him struggle a little bit, did you think that played any part into?
I have no idea. You'd have to ask him. You know, he obviously struggled tonight, and just wasn't his night. But it would not be right for me to just speculate on how much the finger bothered him.
Coach, right here. Defensively, do you prefer them to get into their actions and run the sets and play with faster pace, or kind of slow it down and what they've been doing with isolations, going late in the shot clock? Is there something that you prefer from your side?
We like to play with a lot of pace. You know, Houston's a very good defensive team, and you know, they do all that switching and everything else. So it's not as easy as it might seem, you know, to replicate everything that you see in the regular season. In the playoffs, the game gets much tougher. It just gets much harder. Everybody's, you know, ready for everything, and the defenses are more prepared and more physical. And so Houston did a good job, and I thought, you know, we had our moments. We scored enough points to win the game, but we didn't get enough rebounds and defend well enough.
Hey, Steve. Phil Barber, Santa Rosa Press Democrat. Why do you think it took so long for Clay to get integrated on the offensive end? And even when he did, it was only in a couple spurts, really.
Yeah, they did a good job on him, and you know, I don't think I did a great job of you know, getting Clay shots early in the game. But he bounced back and had a good second half, made a couple big shots for us. But yeah, we'd like to get Clay more clean looks for sure next game.
Hey Steve, to your left, Martin Rogers, USA Today. When Durant went on that crazy run at the start of the fourth, it obviously narrowed the score significantly, but it seemed like it gave everyone a mental lift as well. Can you talk a bit about what effect it has on the guys when someone just looks unstoppable for that period of time?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, Kevin is he is unstoppable basically. There's nothing you can do on a lot of those shots. So he was brilliant, you know, that especially to start the fourth quarter when he just took over the game. And when you have a guy like that on your team, it gives everybody confidence, and that's when we finally, you know, kind of got some traction in the game and got our momentum. So he did his job, and we just couldn't quite finish the game.
How important is it, Coach Kerr, how important is it to slow Eric Gordon down, knowing he wants to attack early in the clock, off makes, off misses, off anything?
Yeah, Gordon does a good job of attacking. You know, as soon as the possession changes hands, he's attacking. He's running the wing, catching the ball, and attacking the rim. So you got to be loaded up. Can't just be one guy. You've got to have your whole team aware of what he's trying to do. Thanks.